We're going to answer 3 questions. 1, is the 996 cool again? 2, is the 996 a future classic? And 3, in the hands of the right owner, what can a 996 become? My name's Trevor Joseph, you're watching Rolling Slow Media, and this is Tim's Porsche-inspired GT3 Club Sport. Yeah, that sounded better, innit?
What is this? What's going on here? This shit don't stop.
Tim!
Hello, Trevor.
Mate, thanks for
coming
being
down
on the channel. Thanks for taking me out for a spin in this beautiful machine.
Pleasure. What did you think?
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm starting to turn to the 996s.
I think everybody's going to get there eventually.
I mean, the reason why we've got you on the channel is the 996s are making a bit of a comeback. There's a lot of talk on the forums and on Facebook that the 996s are like the new classic. And even though back in the days, people used to moan about the fried egg light look, now they're starting to look quite appealing.
Well, I've never had an issue with them, personally, as you know. But to me, these cars now, I think they look classic.
Yeah.
They still got very much an analog feel to them. And yeah, I don't plan to get rid of it anytime soon.
So tell me about this car. I'd like to know the history that you have had with this car up until today.
Okay, let's do a whistle-stop tour. So it all started off, as you know, similar to yourself, we're all into our Volkswagens.
Yeah.
So poster on the wall was Porsche 993. Yeah. Problem was
I had a Testarossa on my wall.
So I went to test drive a 993, and you know, they said don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit like that, because then I also jumped into one of these on the same day. It was down in Porsche Craft, North London, and this must have been about, I don't know, 2006, say 2007. So then it was driving in this, it was like, oh my God, you get into it, you just adjust the seat, everything fits like a glove.
Yeah.
At the time, modern car, 991 wasn't out yet, so it was 997, so this was still relatively new.
Yeah.
And my partner at the time, I don't think she understood the whole 993 thing. Yeah, you know, you're getting into an old car, whereas you get into one of these at the time, and it was, you know.
Yeah, quite modern.
Yeah, and the headlamps didn't bother me at all. You know, because I think GT1, I think originally had the very similar or the same headlamp as this with the orange indicator at the bottom.
Yeah.
So for me, if it's good for the GT1, it's good for me. Happy days, right? So as a stepping stone, I didn't buy the 993, which is probably a mistake. I ended up getting a Boxster first as a test run.
Yeah.
And which said the true fried egg headlamp.
Yeah.
And after having that for a year, obviously everybody's saying, you know, oh, you got a hairdresser's car, why have you got a Boxster?
Yeah.
So naturally you just think, I've got to get the 911.
The Boxster at the time and the 996, they shared quite a lot of parts.
Yeah, so up until this part of the car, basically they're kind of like they're the same car, more or less. So what was interesting when I first got this and I jumped into it, and after having got out of the Boxster, I felt like, what have I spent the extra money on?
Yeah.
You know, because they are, you know, so similar. So then, yeah, so I found this, which at the time was already a modified car.
Yeah.
Right, so I jumping out of the box, I wanted to get one of these and did loads of searching on piston heads and Auto Trader, etc. And the idea was I wanted to do a swap, see whether there was somebody who could do a little part exchange.
Yeah.
So found this guy up in Kidderminster, and he'd already facelifted the car. So this is actually a 3.4 car.
Right.
That's been facelifted. That had been facelifted to look like a 996.2.
So the headlights, it had the orange indicator.
So originally this car would have had the orange indicator headlamps and slightly different shapes. So this has got the 996.2 lights on it, which came on the turbo model, so it's slightly different shape around here on the lights, and then no orange indicator here. Obviously, it's been moved to this bottom part of the light.
Yeah.
So that was new front bumper, new back bumper, new wings, new headlight trays and headlights.
In your ownership, what modifications have you done to it?
So when I picked it up, it had 28,000 miles on the clock, and then even now it's only just gone through 60,000 miles. So over the years I've been amassing parts for it. One of the first things I bought was a set of Bilstein PSS9 coilovers, obviously the BBS LM wheels that we can see. So the idea initially was just to lower it and get it just looking right on these and get the stance correct on the wheels. But then that spiraled into wanting to kind of build my own version of a club sport.
Yeah.
You know, so I love the Porsche Club Sport philosophy. Go as light as you possibly can, not necessarily doing anything to the engine. You just, you know, you gain your performance from reducing mass.
Yeah.
So I figured, how could I build the car that Porsche basically didn't build, which is 996, my version of a 996 Club Sport.
Right.
Because I like to also modify cars, I can never keep anything standard. I thought to myself it would be nice to do a centre exit on the back of the car as well.
Yeah.
So managed to pick up a 997 Cup Inconel rear silencer, centre exit, and then after lowering it, the next thing was to try and get the exhaust on. So I realised that the 996 Cup cars come with a centre exit bumper. I managed to find one of those. So it's genuine Kevlar rear bumper, which is slightly lighter than the original bumper. Yeah. And then it was a case of, well, this should be quite a straightforward fit. And then to my horror, when I tried to take off the exhaust manifolds of the car, I managed to shear off every single exhaust stud on the cylinder head.
Right. Is the 996 the perfect Porsche? Is it a classic? And in your experience, what's it like to modify and make your own?
What's nice about these cars, I think, is the fact that you've got a number of different Porsche models, be it 991, 997, now the 992, that you can basically draw inspiration from and also take parts from, as well as other Porsches within the 996 lineup. So, for example, this runs 996 GT3 top mounts and various GT3 bits on the suspension just to get the geometry correct. If you're not afraid to be creative, I think these cars give you an opportunity to do that.
In your ownership, have you done any track days?
So normally, most cars I get, I take them straight to the Nürburgring. Buy it, re-trip. Right? And this was no different. Corner exit grip. Yeah, so where, say, this has got not quite the performance of a BMW M3, E46 M3. E46 M3 definitely has got the legs on this in terms of just outright acceleration, but once you corner entry and corner exit, this all day long. This is where
this one catches up.
And you really notice the ability to put power down midway through the corner and then to pull significant car lengths on anything else. So for a track day monster, brilliant.
All right, Tim, thank you so much for coming on my channel. It's been a pleasure. It's been nice rolling with you in this lovely GT3 inspired Club Sport 996. Well, thanks for coming down. Did I get that right?
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and big thanks to your son who's just rolling around in your backseat. Hey. Lovely. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, Tim.
So has he given you any thoughts about what you might do to your 997 or any other projects?
My 997, okay. These wheels have definitely triggered me.
But which side, gold or silver?
I think I would, that's a tough one. I love this star. I think I would go with the silver.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for me, my next mod will be silver BBS. I love the Recaro CS bucket seats. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a set of those. And maybe just refresh the headlights. I know you can get like 991 style headlights on the 997. So probably
can't wait to see it.
What I'll do next.
Nice.
Cool, man. All right, Tim.
Cheers.
Thanks, bro. Cheers,
See you
man.
soon, take care.
Nice. Wicked. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure meeting Tim and his son and his 996 inspired GT3 Club Sport, or his GT3 Club Sport inspired 996. I'm not even too sure how to say it. But either way, I think what he's done with his 996 is amazing. It looks so cool. And I can see the 996 is becoming the cool the cool Porsche 911 on the block. They certainly have aged well, despite the beef with the headlights, but yeah, I think they look great. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you enjoy this content, just let me know by hitting the like button. All right? Anyway, till the next one, I'll see you then. Peace.